What if I told you that it is actually a pretty good idea to be lazy? How would that make you feel? In today's episode, I'll be talking about why lazy loaders are pretty interesting to use in your designs. And I'll show you a couple of examples and we'll go over a couple of different things which will all make sense, I promise. What are lazy loaders, Gary? Can you please explain this to me? Of course, the concept of an element being lazy loaded pretty much just means the item isn't just straight on the page as soon as you get to the page, but it actually takes some time for the element to load. That way the user is not overwhelmed with content, but there's actually some hierarchy established. In other words, adding small little delays to the elements that load on your page can really help the user not get overwhelmed with the content they'll be viewing, and you as a designer have lots of control with that. Let's quickly take a look at a few examples so I can show you what I mean. Let's start off with the HBO app here. So notice how when elements just came in, they didn't just like all appear immediately. There was somewhat of a delay. So notice I'm gonna scroll down right now. Notice how some of those elements weren't there and they just loaded in. So see, these elements are not in there and they're just coming in as you're scrolling. It's kind of lazy loading in there. So you're not overwhelmed with content and it has this kind of like slick little feel. So these are some examples of lazy load in HBO. In this example, you could see how the text and typography just came in and didn't just appear immediately. Notice I'm gonna scroll down here, scrolling down. Elements are not just appearing on the page immediately. There's a little bit of a delay. Notice I'm scrolling down and there's a delay. That's another example of a lazy load. And also I'm on just a regular web browser here on the phone, and it gives it an appearance of an app, which is visually appealing. Another example is Target here. So I just went to the Target app. So I'm gonna go directly to the shop by category. I'm gonna go to the men's section. I'm gonna go to men's clothing, and I'm gonna go to men's activewear, and then I'm gonna go to men's shorts. So notice I'm gonna scroll these. So in Target, these are actually gonna load pretty fast, but notice I'm gonna just scroll and see how items don't just immediately appear. There's a little bit of a delay at the bottom. So I'm scrolling really fast at the bottom there. They're not just there as soon as I get there. They take a few seconds. There's like a millisecond of a delay. And that's also utilizing lazy load. I hope some of those examples were helpful to you. And I hope this gives you a couple ideas of how you can utilize some of these things in your designs. And if you're enjoying what I'm doing with these videos, feel free to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.